Well, good afternoon and welcome once again to Ed's Orchids. Now this afternoon I'm just going to have a look at this dendrobium chrysotoxum. I don't think I've ever shown it to you. And well, it's in need of propping up right, but I'm just letting it do its own thing at the moment because the canes are so thick, the new ones, that I just can't bend them to the correct place I want them. Look at them, they're going out all over the place. I mean, these come from, they're all over Southeast Asia, you know, India, Burma, Thailand, Laos, Vietnam, all the way down to China. They're found, so they're quite abundant, these things, you know. And at this time of year, or let's say, start from the beginning, from spring to summer, they like plenty of water, and I like to give them a weekly dose of fertiliser with a high nitrogen content, around about 150 to 200 parts per million. That's not pure nitrogen, that's everything combined. So if you use an ordinary orchid fertiliser, just add a little bit more nitrogen to it. In winter, they like a sort of a cooler, dry time, and by dry time I mean they like to go dry between waterings, and don't water them too much, but make sure they go dry for a few days before you re-water them. Autumn, yeah, change the nitrogen to a phosphate feed, and I like to change it round about to phosphagen, and I'll give that to around 180 parts per million. And don't feed these in winter until you start seeing new growth in the spring. And it goes without saying that on these coming from Southeast Asia down there, and highlight in winter and summer is always a necessity for these type of plants. 1, 2, 3. Now this hasn't got a label in, but I know what it is, but I'm going to make a label for it now. And somebody's asked me how I'd get my labels printed. So to start off with, I have a machine which is a Brother P-Touch H11Q. Any of the P-Touch machines will do the same job. Now these are very easy to use once you get the knack of doing them, and the back comes off very easily. You just slide it there and it comes straight off, and that's the cartridge you use, and it's a black tape that you can get. Not easy to get hold of, but you can get hold of them quite easily from Brother or any other people who do ink cartridges. And if you want to order these, you've got to order white on black, and they fit in very easily. Just put it in that slot, shove it in, and slide this back on. Just press it on. So that's on now. So we switch on. I've used it before on the Green Hornet, so I'll take all the writing off. And we'll just put in DEN. Wrong, that's a single letter. We want a double letter to begin with. So there's a little button to press there. And put D, single again, E, N, and then it's all single, isn't it? A space, chrysotoxum. Right, press the button. How many copies you want? Just the one. And here it comes. Hopefully. Just press that to cut it off. And here we have, I'll show you. Dendrobium chrysotoxum. So we'll just peel the back off. Can be a bit fiddly at times, this. And then stick it on whatever label you've got. I've got a black one somewhere, so I'll try and find it. And then we'll just put the label onto where it's going to go. There we are. Just press it in. And then we've got a nice label of Dendrobium chrysotoxum. So I should put that in here. In fact, it does have a label on, but it's just a paper one. So that's done that. Well, after all that, we'll just have a look at the plant. Have a look at the new growth, the old growth, and see what the difference is. Right, well, as you can tell, these are the old growth with the thin pseudobulbs on them, thin canes, whatever you want to call them. And the new ones are absolutely... Oh, and these are these old ones that are just withering, even though the leaves look really nice on them yet. But you can see they're all wrinkled. There's two of them there. But as I said, the new ones, wow, look at the size of them. Absolutely solid and covered in this sheath. But there's one over here, I've taken the sheath off and you can tell what it's like. Here we are. Those are the leaves on it from this year's growth, and that's the size. That's the size of the pseudobulb, absolutely huge they are, and there's about 3 or 4 of them on here. So they're all planted in, well, not they're all, I only have this one, but this is planted in just ordinary medium-sized bark, that's all. I've told you about watering, and I've talked about the spiking. When they do spike these, the spike comes out of them and it goes in a pendant shape, and they've got this beautiful yellow with almost a red centre, and there's quite a lot of them. Well, just to recap, we start off at spring, say. That's when we start using the higher bits of nitrogen. Use that for spring and summer. And autumn comes, we start using the high phosphorus, which I use is phostrogen. But remember, in winter, no fertiliser at all. Give them a watering, yes, don't keep them completely dry, but make sure they're completely dry between waterings. And I will probably give them just a little bit of water every 2 or 3 weeks, something like that, but make sure they are completely dry, which is very important to these plants. So that's about all I can tell you, so thank you very, very much for watching. Thank you to all my subscribers. I see I've got a few more, which is very acceptable. And until next time, when I will show you something else, I'll see you later.